All right. So, sorry I'm a little late here. I was doing I was looking at my long-term portfolio and holy crap, I usually just let it sit there and invest in certain stock whatever. I sold out of two positions today in my long term and I'm taking a massive loss right now in Unity. I realized, it's going down, but I had some faith in it. And I guess that's where it's not a strategy, right? Hope is not a strategy because this thing is down, down. I've been investing since I don't know 100 in this area, like 112, I'd say. So I've been buying, 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 and then it was peaking, and I was up. I don't know how much, and I should have sold, but I didn't realize what was going on. Next thing you know, this thing's just tanking, and now I'm super negative in this stock, like bad, bad. For a long-term portfolio, this is definitely, not the move to make because that's hurting the account now. Like it's hurting bad. I don't really know what to do at this point because it's basically coming down to the 60s since 70s. But I don't know what I really want to do with it. I should get rid of it, but I practically sold the top, and now I'm pretty much going to sell the bottom. So long-term wise, I think the company has potential. It's just right now, it's just it was definitely overvalued even when I was buying in, and now it's just like I'm at the bottom. Should I just average in? I don't know. It's a long-term hold, so for now, I guess since it's already this low, I don't want to take this big of a loss. I'm just gonna keep averaging in, just, have it there, have it sitting there. I'm not gonna hope on it going back up or something like Bitcoin, but at the same time, it's just like, god damn, I didn't expect to take that big of a loss. Meanwhile, while I'm rambling out here, I really like the daily on NKTX, and it broke without me here because I wasn't paying attention. So what a move here. It's just huge, huge spread, like 20-cent spreads here. So kind of nervous on buying this one. I think I'm gonna have to wait for this one to actually sideways consolidate before I take an entry, just because of how choppy it is. And then my target would realistically be the high of this one, 1895, which we're practically almost there. So here's a rejection. It's pretty common with this one. 1730 now, so massive climb to 1780 and then all the way back down here. It's even more choppy than before, I would have to say. And look at that. What I didn't even notice was the 1 minute MACD and 5 minute MACD curl and 10 minute. Jesus. There's nothing else I have on watch in particular. Everything's kind of dead. I got on this morning, looked at my long-term portfolio. SPY's not doing so hot. Let's check on Facebook actually. Facebook gap down, so it could be a buy to fill like gap, but even then, everything's red in my portfolio. Like, I'm down bad, bad. But, oh well. I'm working on it. VIVK popping back up here. Nice bounce from 3 there. NKTX. Let's come back to this one. So what I don't like about it is that it already broke its high on the daily, and now it just has room to the bottom. If anything, it can maybe reach its previous high, but it's right at the 200. So the 200 would technically be support if it can hold. Once we break below, then it's kind of on a downtrend. VIVK though, let's check this one out. Massive rejection. And a good bounce again. 3 to 330. Spreads are not too big on this one. 2-cent spreads just about. So we could definitely take position on this one. I don't like that 5 minute MACD though. I'd be concerned of a false breakout. And there's no true pattern here. I mean, there was like a flag here, but then it has this massive rejection with it, so that's where I'm kind of unsure about where I'd want to take my entry. Go back to NKTX, see if this one's popping above. So NKTX now breaking below its 200 here. If it can't pop up, then this one's pretty much done. But you know how it was for the past several days. Massive moves with massive rejections, and then also the MACD is, you know, curling, crossing, curling, crossing. So I don't know, we'll see what this one wants to do. Like I said, it already broke its daily high, so I missed my entry a long time ago. Even right here, I could have taken an entry at 1720. That would have been a really nice move. Also, I have it on smart route, so I shouldn't have that problem getting filled. But we'll see. So let's see what VIVK is going to do. Another one we had on watch was CYN. This is kind of flagging here. It's about a 10-cent move there. Big bid at 56. Let's see if it doesn't get taken out here. It doesn't move. I don't like that break. It broke the 5-minute high already, but not a really significant break here. Go back to VIVK, see if this one can pop back above VWAP. MACD looks like it's on a downtrend though. NKTX. Kind of making a bear flag here. I'm not having a lot of confidence in this one at all. Good curl here though for the break of 17. Kind of want to buy it right here at 85, but at the same time, I don't want to buy below VWAP. We'll see on this next 1 minute what this wants to do. It's gonna be an extremely risky trade. I probably should have got in there at 85. So now it's at 97. See if you get that break of 17 though. It's 98. Spread is still pretty big. It's 94. New minute open, but it didn't open here for me. Jesus. 8 seconds in, and then the new 1 minute open. Let's see, do I want to take his entry? Could. It's not worth it. I mean, it's under 1 million in volume. Doesn't have a lot of attention. The only reason I'd be buying it here is for the MACD curl, but it's not pushing. There's no follow through with it. Big, I guess, rejection on the 5-minute, red candle on the 10. Not really sure what I would be looking for in terms of this break. If anything, 17, quick pop to 13, and then I wouldn't be surprised if it's a massive rejection all the way back down to 80 or 60. So no, I'm gonna wait on it. Well, there's a break. 1709 now. 14. Possible break of this 5-minute high here of 26. See if we can hold. Huge flag here. This would need to rip significantly and hold above. So there's a pretty good break, 36. Can it hold above VWAP though? That's what I'm really wondering. All the way back down to 13. Spreads are massive though, 40 by 13. And I'm still asking myself if I want to trade it, but I really shouldn't because I've already told myself not to trade something with this massive spread. So I'm gonna have to pass on it. Not until these spreads tighten up, or unless there's more, volatility with less choppiness, then sure. But right now, it's just, I don't think it would be worth the trade because I feel the odds are stacked against me there. I feel like I would lose if I took that trade. Obviously, if I took it earlier, if I'd actually gotten in at the bottom here, I would have won. Like, this would have been a really nice trade, actually. 1690, 16, yeah, it's a 94 is where I would take my entry or whatever. I mean, that ripped all the way to 1740 there for a second. That would have been a really nice trade. So 50 cents. But I don't know. Now it's all the way back down, which is what I didn't want. So it's not holding. Now it's all the way back down to 80. And that's what I was talking about here. If I get in for the break of 17, hits 13, and then falls all the way back down to 80, I'm screwed. But it broke 17, and now it's rejecting all the way back down to 80. So I don't know. VIVK is finally breaking above here. MACD curl on the 1 minute. So we have resistance up here. Let's get this trend line going. So let's see if we hold above this level here. Could get in on this next 1 minute, but I gotta be careful because we've had 5 green candles in a row so far. If anything, I'd be going for the high of 62, but there's a rejection here. Now it's down below VWAP again. See if this one is a inside candle. If this is a rip, then I'm gonna be kind of confused to where I want to get in. If this is an inside candle, I'm cool with it. Inside candle, and then I'll get in for the next one, a rip through 62, which is this high, and potentially go to 72 or 70 something, but not really sure what target I'd have on this one. If anything, I'd really want to go for 4, the break of 4, but just overall this high here of 62 is what's most important. So if it comes to a double top there, I gotta ask myself if it's really worth it. Jesus. So we have an inside candle so far. High this one candle, it's 53. Let's see if it's worth a shot. Really, I'd be going for 20 cents, I think. 10 cents. So symmetrical triangle so far, but now it's breaking its low. So we have a pullback on it. NKTX, go back to this one. Choppy, still choppy. I want to trade it. Spreads have tightened up a little bit, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's getting any attention, which is so weird because it doesn't look bad on the daily, I don't think. It's a continuation. CYN breaking 4 though, with a massive rejection. It's 420 all the way down to 390. VIVK, go back to this one. Okay, so we can get on this next 1 minute. It did break that last high, but barely. Seems to we have a huge seller at 60, so if anything, my target would be 60. I don't like how it finished high right there. So I could get along 55, but he had that huge seller at 60 right there, 67. That's if I would have got filled at 67 there. Probably would have got filled like 61, so 55 to 61, let's just say. 6 cents, 3 cent after commission, and then, I mean, I could sell at 60, so 5 cents, 2 cents of a winner. I don't think it's worth it. I don't really care about it that much. Today's just kind of choppy. It's not the easiest, it seems. Everything's kind of just slow, so I'm not really feeling like trading. There's the continuation there, so there's a nice breakout. I don't know. Hit 70 there again. And now it's just chopping in the small little range. Is it really worth it? Should have taken a trade a long time ago back here in the 50s area. So now it's actually moving. Now it's breaking out. Already coming up to resistance here at 4, and then we got another one at 450. So there's 80. It's like every 10 cents that it moves, it's just chop. There's a break. Stuck. Yeah, that's 85. Stuck. And now it's just chopping. 88, 89, 90. There's a break. So there's a nice, this is a nice candle. It's choppy, very difficult, I'd say, but I mean, it did give that break. So now that it's actually showing a little more strength, it's still choppy, so it's not my favorite, but I guess this one I'd have to actually get in on a setup. So this was actually a really nice move here. Should have got in, like I said, a lot sooner around 350. That would have been perfect, but just the way that it was breaking out in this range, I didn't like it. So VIVK here for the break of 4. I'm not gonna trade it just yet. I'm gonna wait for a pullback. I could get in on this pullback of sideways consolidation, but see if it breaks 4 here. It broke 4 right there, 406. I don't trust it this high anymore. So holding 4, 410, 420 now. That was a massive rip there from 410 to 420. I'm surprised about that. So definitely gonna wait for a pullback now. I'm not gonna buy it so high. So wow, what a massive move I missed. This isn't one to scalp, I think, because I mean it's just so slow, kinda. This is one for the setup, which was clearly right here in this little range. Held VWAP. It was in this small little channel here, and then it finally broke out. That was an obvious pattern that I didn't recognize, so that's why I'm still have my papers right here beside me, studying the moves. Really, all I'm looking for primarily is triangles, but I didn't even realize that was a bullish rectangle in a way. So I gotta look for that. Pay attention to these moves. There was another one I think the other day that was really obvious, and I didn't realize it. It was a double bottom, and I didn't notice it until the move already happened. I think it was on NKTX. I'm pretty sure it was on NKTX. It made that massive rip. So I'm gonna wait for it here. If it breaks out, then oh well. But I wanted to kind of pull back, or at least sideways consolidate, because we're seeing about the same setup here. But do I really want to buy in this high? I gotta look at the other charts. Next 10 minutes gonna open, so I could get on this next dip. See if this breaks 4. I definitely don't want it to break 4. It's 406 though. 5, 4, 2. So there's a break of 4. Can this pop up though back above 4 before this next 1 minute? We have 8 seconds. It's 97. So now a nasty drop here. We're finishing low. I'm still optimistic about it just because of this 5 and 10 minute. So I could have bought there at support at 390, but let's see what this wants to do. I might have to wait. Let's see if we get a small little pullback here. No, I waited too long on it. I don't want it to break its high just yet. I'd rather just hold this level, make sure it holds, and then the next 1 minute we see that rip of 420. And if anything, I'll be adding into my position. We'll try that out this one time. I've never tried it before. So right now we have 20 seconds. We're at the 30-second mark, 40-second mark, I mean. Don't want to buy in just yet. I want to wait to see what these last couple seconds are going to do. Last couple seconds of the last 1 minute just rejected, so I'm going to buy in here at 404. 405, I guess. See if we get that break. Can we break 420? Not a lot of green going through. I might have to sell. 414, 15, 16, 17. I'm gonna try and sell here at 15. Actually, I'm gonna hold my position. See what this next 1 minute's gonna do. 16, 18. I want to see that 420 level break on the last 10 minute. 19. See what this next 1 minute's gonna do. We have about 15 seconds before it opens. We get a massive rejection with it, then never mind, but I like the 5 minute, but now it's coming down a little too low. I don't really like that. So let's see if we get the break here. It's 412. It's gonna break this last 1 minute low is what it looks like. I'm not really confident here. Might have to sell. Selling there at 407. It's not doing it. So break even trade 405 there. It's not breaking. Gonna have to probably get in again here. I should have bought the dip. I was really looking for that 5 or 10 minute high break there, but completely flat on this trade. Tried to sell at 415, wasn't filled, but that's okay. So looking for that 10 cents. Was gonna try and get out again if it popped to 18, but it didn't happen to give that pop, so sold there. I should have sold right there. It shows that it hit 420. I did not see 420 on the ask. So I didn't see any sellers stacked either. I did see red on the tape though, so that's why I was like, it's probably not gonna do it. So I should have really sold up here once it double tots, but again, I didn't see 420. I wanted to see it tap 420, and that's most likely where I was gonna sell. But if it didn't happen I was gonna give it a little time. If it rejected 420, I was just gonna hit the bid. But if it hit 420 and then broke, then I was just gonna immediately try to sell right there. But for some reason, farthest I saw it go was 319. If I would have noticed that it actually showed 420 there, I would have sold right away because it was a double top. But I didn't even realize that it hit 420. I saw 419 and I was like, So 419, 418, I was gonna give it a chance once it came back down to 410 or 414. It's gonna give it another chance to try and pop back up. So I can sell, around 418, 417, but it didn't pop back up. So I just decided, let me get rid of it at 407 because it was coming down too much at that point. And it's just like, it's going to break its last 1 minute low. It's not looking good here, which kind of sucks because it double topped on both the 5 and 10 minute, which I wasn't expecting. I was kind of hoping it would break out, but, it was a good trade. I just couldn't get filled at 15. It would have been a 7-cent winner. Now I'm down on commission, so not the best, not really fun, but I was profitable on it. I should have just taken my profits once I'd seen it was struggling in that area. But oh well, let's see. This is popping all the way back up now. Trading in this small little range as well, similar to this one up down here, but this is like extended, I'd say. Kind of a triangle too, because we are retrending lower, breaking lower, making lower lows. See, this next 5 minutes going to open here. I could get in for another test of 420. I'm gonna buy that dip there at 402. See if we get the break here. It's 420. Selling there at 420. So got in at 408, sold at 420, and now we have a false break. Back down to 408. 405. So real small break there at 420. But now I'm definitely green and there's a massive rejection with it. So I'm not surprised, and that's exactly why I sold there at 420. I'm definitely not surprised. And that's why over here, if we hit 420, if I actually saw it on the ask, then I would have sold right away at 420. I would have given it a little chance to try and break or something, but I wasn't expecting it to be significant, especially after its run like this. I figured I was probably buying the back end. I should have sold here. I didn't notice that it hit 420. which kind of sucks, but I should have just got rid of it while I was green. But in this case, good thing I was able to execute right here and actually take advantage of it. I didn't happen to, buy the dip here in below 4 because I didn't think it was going to really make any push or last second push, but apparently it did, and now it's all the way back down. So I think that's a good trade on my end, getting green there at least. Let's go ahead and check on the other stocks. NKTX. This one's completely sideways. It is forming a triangle in a way as well. We do have a top here, put a horizontal there. And then down here we have the triangle formation is what it looks like. Something like that. So let's see where this one wants to go. I'm most likely not going to trade it. It does have a lot more volume now, but it's still so slow and choppy. It's just boom, boom, boom in the small little range. Even down here when I said I should have bought in at 1690 or something, that would have been a really good trade actually. It would have worked out in my favor tremendously. Like by now, I could have sold anywhere here and I would still be green on it pretty significantly, about 30 cents, but I didn't take that entry. It's just too much risk. I was even considering it back here when I was just talking in the morning, taking it back here at 1720 or so, and I get in for that massive rip. I could have sold there, could have bought and sold, but wasn't really thinking about it too much. And now we're seeing a pop here, break of the 5 minutes, so massive rip here to the high side. Let's see if we get a rejection with it though. So from 1720 all the way up to 64. So nice breakout here. Still extremely choppy and the spreads are still 15 cents just about. So I'm not really feeling it. VIVK, let's go back to this one. This one's kind of done. CYN. Too slow of a mover for me, I think. You know what I should have actually done on VIVK? I should have taken a larger position. If I took a larger share size, that would have been a lot more profitable than what it was. So right here, that was what, 12 cents, 3 cents. So that would have been 90 bucks after commission. If I took 1,000 shares, 90 bucks. Now I only have 9 cents profit here. It's less than $30. Plus it's a break-even trade back here. So I didn't really make anything on this stock. If I took 1,000 though, it would have been 90, and that's something I'm considering, is stepping up my share size. If I step up my share size on certain stocks, so for example, this one I think would have been a good one because it's a lot easier to manage my risk on this stock compared to something like NKTX. This one's so whippy, so choppy. If I took 1,000 shares here, yeah, I would have. If I took it in these areas that I was talking about, yeah, it would have been profitable, cool. But this one just, right after this rip, it just had a huge rejection. I had to hit the bid there, let's just say I got filled at 1680, and I was at 1720. Like that's a $400 loss right there. That's a massive loss. So it's, with 1,000 shares, not the best idea. But if it's a less volatile stock, kind of like VIVK, where it's not really making significant rips, float's a little higher, volume's a little higher, it doesn't seem like a bad idea. It's a small, price range. It's not too bad of an idea, I don't think, to take advantage and take a larger share position, just because there's not enough, price range, I guess, for me to make a lot of profit. So I think I could step up the share sizes here. Even if it's something like a little bigger, such as 500 shares, 750, fine with that too. Besides that, nothing else is moving. It's already 10. I should probably wrap it up here. NKTX is looking really good though. I really do like this one, especially for its daily high break over here. 18 something, 1895. I really like that target. Whether it'll reach that today or not, or just break down below its 200, I have no idea. But I do think it can break. But once it does break that daily high, I think we're clear. We have room up to 20. Let's see. We'd have room up to this level here. Yeah, so basically 20. And if we hit 20, I mean, that's most likely where I'd sell. If I broke this target, I'd probably sell there, and then if I were to get back in, my next target would be 20. but this one's so choppy. It's just sideways. It's ascending, but it's just so choppy, so slow. Not a lot of, people paying attention to it. So forcing spread right there for a second, but let's see where it widens up. It's 43, and then there's 48. 48 by 36, so still back to big spreads. I wouldn't trade it. PTGX. This is actually hitting scans. What's going on here? Is the float really high on this one? Yeah, it's 45 million. So also pretty choppy. This one's kind of flagging here via VK. If it can hold this flag level, it doesn't look too bad either. Another breakthrough 4, rip to another test of 420. As long as it keeps holding this small little range here, it's holding support here at 85, 90. See if we get a breakthrough 4. There's a breakthrough 4. So this next 1 minute, if this next 1 minute can surge and hit 420, that wouldn't look too bad. 1 minute MACD's curling here. I could get in for a possible break, but there's a huge seller, tons of sellers stacked up in the teens, and then one massive one at 18 there. So if I get it on this next 1 minute, I'd be going for like 10 cents. Not even. It's 408. $405, 4. So I take the entry there at 405. That's where I would like to get in, but probably sell right there because it just isn't breaking. Probably just hit the bid, practically break even because it's 407. So I'd want to sell at 414 where it's popping, but it's not breaking that level. And then right there, you have two massive sells. So you have 130,000 at 25, then you have another 110,000 basically at 18. So see that breaks. And then one just stacked up right there. So I saw one stack up at 14 there for a second. I would get rid of it already. If this can, pull back again and prep itself up for another test of 420, it wouldn't look too bad. My 405 trade, if I would have taken it there, it would have been profitable, but nothing significant. I'd be going for the next 10 or 5 minute high break. Probably the next 5 minutes, because the next 5 minute is going to open here. High of this one is what? 418. As long as this one can sideways consolidate, set itself up for another test of 420, I think we could see that break finally. But I wouldn't give it a lot of room past 420. You have a huge sell at 425, so I'm not really confident that this one's gonna make a massive rip. If it does, I'd be surprised. Oh no, here's Adobe again. It's 418. It's 20. It's breaking too early. It's a ton of sellers stacked there. Jesus. It's like a wall. So 420 was right there. And then you have a massive one here at 425. Anything past that, I mean, it's kind of free. There's nothing stacked really past that level, but you have all these guys here at 420 just stacked. I don't think it's worth it. If it can sideways consolidate again, potentially, but if it's gonna rip on this one, I'm not gonna give it much room after that. 425, I'd get rid of it. As soon as it breaks, I'd just get rid of it. I would be expecting something like this again. So we're getting another 1 minute pullback. Here's what it's looking like. So there, it broke its 1 minute low by 1 cent. Okay, now there's the break. As long as we're holding 4, if it doesn't break 4, then we're good. But so I would have bought the dip there because 4 is the whole dollar support, and it's still holding its level. We're about to break its 5 minute high, so it's looking really good here as long as it's holding 4. So that's, I would have got in down there. It's a big bid there at 403 for a second. I don't know if they moved, but I saw them. It's coming down pretty low now. 405, then it came to 403. Still holding though. Still have all the sellers at 420. So if anything, I'd just be selling at 420, 420, 420. Just buying, selling, buying, selling. Getting those small little trades in, but I'd be racking up the commissions as well, and I'm not really down for that. So I get in here for the break of 420 or for the test of 420. That's where I'd want to get in because we have a 2 candle pullback already. If it breaks this last 1 minute low, I'm out. It's 403, big bid there at 403. Get in there, I'd add to my position if I wasn't in, or I'd just get in there at 405. It's probably where I'd get filled. I don't want to take it. I don't feel like taking these trades right now. Like, I'm not gonna push it. Realistically, I wouldn't be taking this, I don't think. Just because of how choppy it is in this little range, I don't really care for it at this point. Get in for this next 1 minute for the final break. Let's see. It's 14, 15. I'd most likely get rid of it at 20. I'd give it a little time, see if it can break for 20, but I wouldn't hold very long, maybe like half a second or a couple seconds at most. Right there, it's rejecting, so false break, and it seems like it's just gonna be sideways until the next 5 minutes or so. Which the next 5 minute, well, there's a rejection now, so yeah, I would have got rid of it. That would have been trash. So that sucks. Wasted my time. I don't know. It's trading in this little range here. It's still trading, so maybe there's something there later, but right now it's just choppy and sideways. It's not really doing anything at 420. Once you see that 420 break, then we have room all the way up to 5, I'd say. Obviously, you'd hit the $half resistance at 450 and then 5, but I don't even really care for this one. So this would have been a perfect entry down here because of this, symmetrical triangle pullback. It would have been really nice, but I didn't care enough to get in this one. So it's whatever. NKTX, go back to this one. Still sideways for the most part, but that 10 minutes looking really nice. Same with that 5 minute actually. That 5 minutes looking really nice for that 55 break. It's holding above its level here too. So surprisingly, it's still holding. I wouldn't mind getting in here at all at 1750 for the next 5 minute high to break. 10-cent spread there, but it's already 10.10. I shouldn't even be trading. Huge seller at 75. That's most likely where I'd get rid of it. 25 cents, but is it worth it? With all this chop and stuff going on, probably not. So we're gonna wrap it up here. I'm just gonna take my profit. Why not? Finished up $21. We had $20 in commission. $21 in commission. And then I made like about a 30-cent move there. It's like 12 cents after commission. It was 12 cents, and then a flat trade. So that's why I have 20 in fees. But $21, not so bad. Like I said, I could have made around, let's just say $70 if I actually, what stock was this? VIVK. I would have made around $70 if I took 1,000 shares in that position. Plus on this one, it was profitable. I would have definitely been up a lot more today if I would have just sold where I wanted. Especially if I got filled at that 415 level, that would have been 10 cents, 7 cents after commission. So 7 cents and then 9 cents, you know, that's pretty good. 16 cents, it's not that bad. So it would have been, let's just say $50. So I would have been up a decent amount today. Not something crazy, but still, if you took 1,000 shares on that though, you know, 1,000 shares, 15 cents, it's $150. You know, that would have been a pretty good move, pretty good way to end the day today. But I gotta pick and choose the right stocks to take such a large share position on. I don't know. I have to figure that out how I'm gonna do it, because everything's, you know, so different. Some stocks are really volatile, some aren't. In this case, VIVK just wasn't there. But, you know, profitable regardless. Yesterday should have been profitable. If I had Smart Route on, that would have been a different story for sure. I want to say I'm not even mad about my loss. I want to say I was green. Like, I honestly believe I was green. I just couldn't get filled. So even if I sold too early or whatever, I'm still green on it in my mind. So I'm not considering yesterday as a loss, but on paper, or what it should be, you know, it's actually a loss. Because realistically, if I didn't get that fill, it would be a loss. But knowing that I made the entry that I did and then try to sell where I wanted, you know, that's where I'm finding, like, in my mind, wasn't a loss. So really, I'm on like a 3-day green streak after a massive red streak. I feel like I'm kind of getting something going here, which is giving me a lot more confidence. I leave next week Tuesday, actually. Next week Tuesday, I'm gone. I'm going to go abroad for a whole month. However, I am still going to try and trade abroad. I'm still going to try and get these YouTube reviews in or whatever, you know, these recaps in. And if I don't happen to, I'm still going to trade, but I'll somehow figure out how to make a video afterwards, you know, recapping my trade or what happened and what I took, whatever. I want to see what it's like trading abroad. I'd be trading about 4 p.m. I think, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. their time, you know, for our 8 a.m. here, or 8:30, because I have to wake up 8:30, start trading here. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but if I don't happen to post anything for a while, that's most likely the reason. But I'm still going to be, you know, trading regardless. I still want to be on top of that. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I will see you guys next week. I mean, not next week. I'll see you guys tomorrow. What am I talking about? Barely, Wednesday today. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, Thursday, and then Friday we'll end the week there. I might not come in on Monday. We'll see, but I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow. So see you then.